What's up guys, Chasing Ravenly here with episode number 55 of Robin's Revival. In today's episode we face the mighty Liverpool, we've got some transfer news and we've got some results to go through. And I say results in the most literal term because they've not been great. Like, subscribe, comment, you know the deal. Let's crack on with this, shall we? So I guess let's start at the beginning with this one. And the league table is showing us as 15th. We have 6 points thus far, and we've won only 2 of our games to get those 6 points. But let's have a little look at the transfers first, because there have been a couple of movements we should get through before we go into the schedule. So let's start with the big outs, because I had to make some room for some players. Jaden Cochran, a youngster we had knocking about that wasn't really doing much for the future, has gone to FC Porto for £500,000. He was the first to go to free up some funds. I then sold Otis Bose to Stoke for £2 million that could rise to 2.3 depending on a bunch of various clauses so far. So he's also off the bus, one of our youngsters we signed earlier on who just didn't really look like he was going to get anywhere at this level. And the final out was Matteo Massa, who has gone to Norwich City, one of our Premier League rivals. 3.8 million up front, but rising potentially to 5.5. Not really impressed me. He went out on loan to the conference at Oldham a couple of times and hasn't really even managed a 7 average rating. So I'm going to say probably never going to be a Premier League player, but you know, we'll see how that goes. But there has been one signing too. And that one signing is 35-year-old Malian international Adama Soumaoro, who has joined us from Bologna. He's had a decent career in Serie A. He also played for Lille, played for Genoa. He's had a decent career, a long career as you'd expect of a 35-year-old, but he's had a decent enough career. He's played 226 league games, and he's played at some of the highest levels. And for £400,000, I think there's some clauses to rise it that won't really make much difference because he's 36. I think we have to pay an extra 75k if he plays 50 times for us. He won't. He's 35. But he is our best centre-half right now, and we needed that kind of reinforcement. So hopefully he can do a job for us today against Liverpool. So looking at what you've missed, obviously you saw the Forest game in the last episode. We lost 3-2 to Spurs in a kind of heartbreaking little game. Some late goals got us back into it, and then they decided to knock us on the head with a very last-minute winner. Goals in that one from Cade Gordon and James McAtee. We lost 1-0 in the second round of the League Cup to the board's disappointment to Southampton. We then beat Everton 4-1, a glimmer of hope with 4 goals from Jose Manuel Lopez, our big signing of the summer. But then it all went wrong. We lost 3-0 away at Newcastle. We lost 8-3 at home to Manchester City, which is frankly just heartbreaking. Cade Gordon getting a goal, Brendan Lamb with a brace, a 2-0 loss away at Chelsea, followed by a 3-2 loss away at Sheffield United. Again, quite a close game that just kind of we couldn't find a late equaliser. A Fashion Sakala, which is a great name by the way, did well to knock us on the head, and they just kind of shut up shop after that. Which means I've made a change. We're going to go a bit more defensive tactically for today's game against Liverpool. I will show you that in just a second. So for today, I've gone to a counter-attacking 4-3-3 because I felt like it was probably our best chance of actually hanging on to some results here in the Premier League as long as Lopez can keep scoring. However, there are a few players missing through injuries and international duty, which is not entirely helpful. So we're starting with Baxter in goal, Gould, Soumaoro, Gibson and Drama. Sorry, I was like, did I say Soumaoro right? I probably did. Drama at left back, Reda Valdez the holding midfielder. We've got McAtee and Speckschneider in the middle, Land, Harvey Vale as the wingers and Lopez up top. Matika, Johnson, Grealish, Parody, Moore, DC, Marul, Shabua Bua and Longman on the bench. In terms of the players who are missing, Falchi is currently out with an injury. for 3 to 6 weeks. Odomayo is also out with an injury for a couple of days. Kate Gordon is out for 3 weeks. And Wilmar Ruiz is currently on international duty with Colombia's under-22s. I've also brought in Tyree Shade on trial just because I wanted to get him fit and hope he would find a club. He's not coming back. Do not panic. So, let's crack on and see what happens, shall we? So I don't often show you the team sheet, but this Liverpool team is disgusting. Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Nianzou, Van Dijk, James Justin, Ravella, Kakare, Devine, Kaminsky, Musiala and Marquez, who is a regen who is just scoring goals for fun. He's absolutely ridiculous goal-scoring ability. Jordan Henderson still on the bench. I looked at signing him in the summer. He wouldn't want to come, but I might have another go in the winter window. Same for Andy Robertson, actually, because I figured they're getting old. They might want to come to Swindon. Who knows? Nobody expects to get a result. Go out there and enjoy it without any pressure on you. Let's see if that does anything. It's done a little bit. We're going to do a make the difference, make me proud as well, because I always like to do that against much bigger sides, and I feel that Liverpool, they've been in the Champions League forever. They're a much bigger side. It's also on TV, so we've got a ton of you. Our ambitions matched by the chairman. I think everyone wants to achieve the same goal. You hit a perfect passion for a goal. It's got to be pleasing. I guess so. Hope for a performance today. We play to the levels we're capable of. Sure, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen? Liverpool, of course, playing in the yellow today. We're in the red because we are the mighty Swindon Town, and that's what we do. If I can avoid kicking the desk and breaking anything, that would be fantastic. And we're going to kick off the game, and hopefully we can get something early on as Cody Drama picks up the ball. Kaminsky picks that up, though. Kakare and Kaminsky playing it back and forth. Now Nianzou gets in. Rivera, Kaminsky on the ball. Down the line for Alexander-Arnold. Kakare, we're not going to see the ball again in this attack, are we? Van Dijk to James Justin. To Devine. Ball forward to Musiala. Back to Devine. Marquez, Devine. Musiala is through. Musiala with a pop. And it's just gone wide of the post. And I think I need to encourage the boys at this point. And hopefully we can see something happen here. Throw in now for Liverpool. Kaminsky to Rivera. To Kakare. Back to Kaminsky. Marquez gets the ball across the box. And Marquez puts it into this. His 14th goal of the season. This is the 8th game of the season. He's scored 14 already. I told you, this kid's scoring for fun. He could have a 60-goal season quite easily, Marquez. I think he was a contender for the Ballon d'Or last year as well, which is unsurprising with that kind of goal-scoring record. And I also went a bit more cautious to try and kind of defend a bit better, because looking at the stats, things aren't going well. I don't know if that's going to pay off at all, but Lewis Gibson's going to take a throw in to McAtee. Riedewald finds Brendan Land across the box. Drama with a pop off the post, and it's cleared by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And maybe there's some life in us yet. Another throw in for Liverpool now with Trent Alexander-Arnold to Kaminsky, to Kakare, back to Nianzou and to Virgil van Dijk. Devine, plenty of time. Musiala picks up the ball. Kakare to Kaminsky to Alexander-Arnold. We need to get some defending going on here. Across the box, Marquez is there again. And if we, Sumaro has got the own goal credit apparently, but if we can keep this below a cricket score, I think that's kind of the best I can hope for. I was dubious about playing Sumaro today. I almost picked Shabu Abua at the back, and I'm starting to wish maybe I had, with Glenn Gould also not having a great game, which for the captain is not something I want to see. The goal kick for us now, Baxter with the ball. Can we get on the score sheet at least? Lopez can't win the header. Kaminsky to Rivera to Kakare, out to Alexander-Arnold. Ball over the top looking for Marquez, but it's cleared by Sumaro to Drama. Gibson, former Everton man, plays it back to Baxter, puts the ball forward looking for Lopez. Lopez, doesn't really get there because Van Dijk is huge. And we're now in trouble as James Justin plays it down the line. Ball picked up by McAtee, who needs to do something with this now. Plays it to Sumaro, and ball goes forward to Brendan Land. Can we build from this? Ball goes across. Speckschneider forward into the path of Lopez. Can Lopez score? Lopez, one-on-one with the keeper, tries to round him. Takes too many touches, and Virgil van Dijk cannot be beaten today. Speckschneider has the corner though. Can he do something with it? Ball into the box. Across the box. Gibson's not going to get there, and now we're in real trouble. Kaminsky to Devine. We've got to get back before Liverpool get all these guys forward, and hopefully we've held them up enough. It seems like we held them up enough, but we've got to do something to change this, and that might actually help. Telling Riedewald to Marquez. Right, Devine on the ball now for Liverpool. Revea back to Devine. Musiala now, and I've been trying to yell at the boys and get them fired up a little bit. It's not really working. As Kaminsky has a pop from range, and Baxter makes the save. And Baxter, I think, is the key to us avoiding many humiliations this season. It's telling me to tell Riedewald to mark Marquez. That's a great idea. And Baxter picks up the ball again. And are we going to do something before half time? It doesn't really look like it, if I'm honest. I think we need to regroup at half time. I might need to tear some strips off some people because Gould and Samaro and Vale are not having a great game. I'm not going to say I'm happy with performance. Is that going to do anything when they seem motivated? But I don't want to have these guys let off the hook because they've not been good enough. Quite frankly, they've not been good enough. I'm not happy with your performance today, and I'd like you to get better. That would be nice. And we're going to tell Gibson and Drama and McAtee and Lopez, and in fact Baxter too, for good measure, that they can improve. I've got faith in them, and hopefully we'll see a better performance second half. I'm already thinking about subs though, because if Glenn Gould's going to be this bad, we'll send in Shaq Moore. I have no qualms about doing that. Throw in now with Trent Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool. Revea to Kakare, back to Alexander-Arnold, to Kakare again. Ball goes across to Revea. Revea to Alexander-Arnold, down the line. Kakare, Revea, back to Alexander-Arnold. Someone's going to have a shot eventually, surely. Cross goes over. Gibson heads that away, and Brendan Lance trying to chase it down. He's not going to get there. Justin to Devine to Revea. Someone do something to win this ball back. Niansu to Revea again. To Kakare. Ball goes across. Marquez is through, and I think Baxter made the save. He did. And Nathan Baxter again being a bit of a hero for us, but we've got a corner to defend here. Kakare puts the ball in. It's gone over the bar, and I think we may have had a very, very lucky escape from this one. So time's ticking away. I went back to the 4-2-3-1. Jordan Henderson's got injured. Nemanja Matika, one of our subs, has got injured. Is this going to be an awful one as well? It's not going to tell me. Okay, we're going to have to make a little bit of a change, which I didn't see coming. I guess... Can any of these guys do left-hand side? I suspect we can probably put Lamb there. And that's going to have to do it for the last 10 minutes. It looks like we're both down to 10 men, which is excellent. Great way to finish a game. Love that. Very healthy. Just what we wanted. They've taken Henderson off. We've obviously taken Matika off. And we've got to throw in now. Can we at least get on the score sheet? There are 3 minutes left of injury time to play as Riedewald picks up the ball. Gibson to Drama. Drama down the wing, hopefully. Nope, back to Gibson, to Speckschneider, to Lopez. Lopez has come very deep, puts the ball forward looking for McAtee, doesn't find him. Serrano back to Revea. Devine now, ball over the top of Marquez. This should be 3-0. It is 3-0. And offside? Maybe? We're checking with VAR, and it's Liverpool, so they'll get a penalty. They didn't. In fact, it got disallowed. Shocking. Shocking stuff. I don't know why it popped up as it was a goal, but it wasn't a goal. It was not a goal. Good stuff. Good stuff. VAR finally plays its part. And frankly, escaping from this one at just 2-0 down. West Brom have put 5 past Huddersfield. That's disgraceful. We're playing them very, very soon. 2-0 at home to Liverpool, not the worst result we'll ever have. With the underdog, should give it your best. Good effort, lads. Yada, yada, yada. Good stuff. Right, so I want to show you where we're coming back. But actually, before we do that, I want to show you we've actually got not the worst run coming. We might be able to chalk up a few points before we come back. Disappointing result in your view. What happened today? There are positives to take away, sure. What kind of first happened? We're going to keep fighting. That's what we do. Fans should have taken. I didn't have any subs left. That's why I didn't replace Matika when he got injured. Liverpool are top of the table. It's not the worst actual result in the world. Let's be honest. We've done well to hold them to 2-0. Let's have a little look about schedule wise. So as I said, coming up we've got a decent run of games. We've got Norwich who are currently 18th, just below us coming up. Huddersfield who've just been tanked at 19th below us. And then West Brom at 15th, and obviously we've got Man United who are, they're having a bad season, they're currently 13th. And then we've got Middlesbrough who are just above us, Leeds who are top half, but, that's how things go. And then Southampton who should be beatable. And I think if I'm doing my maths right, which I'm not, we're going to come back for the West. No, we are coming back for the Arsenal game. We are going to come back for the Arsenal game. So another tanking potentially for us, but you know we've got to move on at some kind of pace, and it may as well be the pace of going from heavy smashing to heavy smashing, because you know life wouldn't be fun if I didn't, would it? So, God, why do I do this to myself? Right, guys, thanks for watching. We will hopefully have some more points on the board before we come back. And if you've enjoyed what you've seen today, remember, like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Leave comments. Today's question is, how many points do you think we'll have when we come back? Reminder, we've got 6 on the board so far, and there should be 4 winnable games in there. So you make the predictions. You make the predictions is what we're going to do. Thanks for watching as always, and as always, I have been Chasing Lamely. Have a good one.